feast for scavenging birds. This is the worthy Creon's decree. He's coming here in person to spell it out. He doesn't take this lightly. Anyone defying the proclamation is to be stoned to death. Yes, that's the situation. So now you have the chance to show whether you are true to your noble birth or a coward.
My poor sweet Antigone. But if this is so, what can we do about it?
I have a plan. Are you prepared to join me?
Frighten me again. What do you want us to do?
Will you help me honour the dead?
Bury Polonices, but you just said that's forbidden.
I shall bury our brother, even if you don't want to. I, for one, would not betray him.
You're out of your mind, Antigone. Creon is the law.
He has no right to come between my brother and me.
Sister, remember how our father blinded himself when he discovered that he had killed his father and slept with his own mother. He died hated and condemned by all. Then his wife and mother, one and the same, and she was our mother as well, brought her life to a violent end by hanging herself. And now, finally, our two poor brothers on a single day kill each other. And are we to add to that cycle of horrors? We shall die if we go against the decision of the ruler. We're helpless women, Antigone, not made to fight against men. We are ruled by the more powerful. We must obey this order, and if necessary, even worse. I shall obey those who stand in authority. But I shall beg those under the earth to understand I'm being forced to do this against my will. It's mad to fight a battle you can't win.
Fine. I wouldn't let you help me now, even if you wanted to. I don't want you at my side after what you've just said. Do as you like. I'm going to bury my brother. I know it's right. Die if I must. My crime will be a holy crime. I am his, and I shall lie buried with him. I'll be more time with those below than those on earth. I'll be there for eternity. As for you, forget about the gods if that's what you want.
It's not what I want. I just can't break the laws of the city.
Make that excuse if you like. I'm going to bury our brother.
Poor sister, I'm so afraid for you.
Don't worry about me. Just take care of yourself.
Well, at least keep your plan secret. And I'll do the same.
No. Go and tell everyone. I'll despise you all the more if you try and keep it secret. Let the whole world know what Antigone is going to do.
Creon will soon pull that hot heart of yours.
The one that count will thank me well enough.
Yeah, if you succeed, but you won't.
Only death can stop me. Your words can't.
You're in love with the impossible. I'm not afraid.
If that's all you have to say, then you are my enemy. And Polonices will have every right to call you that as well. So, let me suffer for what you call impossible. Because I know that whatever I suffer, I at least shall die with honour.
Then go, Antigone. There's nothing I can do to stop you.
Sun, fairer than any seen before by thieves of the 7 gates. At last you appear, golden eye of day, glancing over the streams of Dirke. You made the man who came from Argos flee when, decked out in white armour and trappings, he attacked our land. This war was brought upon us by that man of many quarrels, Polonices. He flew against us with piercing scream, like an eagle on wings as white as snow. He came with many weapons and helmets, tossing their horsehair plumes high. He stood above our houses, ringing them with spears, hungry for gore, but he fled. Before they had tasted our blood, before the fire of Hephaestus' pine torches had seized the crown of our towers, such was the din of war beating his back. He was no match for the dragon race of thieves. Hey! Zeus hates a boastful tongue. Seen them advance in full force with the overweening pride of shimmering gold, just as one is about to reach the highest towers and prepares to bellow victory, Zeus brings him down with his lightning bolt. Down he falls and hits the hard earth, that fire-bearer who raged, a wild bacchant in his mad attack, and breathed on us the blast of hostile winds. His planned to take the city went awry. The worthy war god gave victory to one, defeat to another. Shattering the enemy, he raced our chariot to victory. 7 spearmen for 7 gates, matched, equal to equal. 6 won and gave their all-bronze weapons to Zeus, the trophy collector, while 6 fell defeated. But at the 7th gate, the ill-fated brothers, born of one father and one mother, clashed their spears and both lost, sharing a double death. Since glorious victory has come, answering with joy the joy of peace, let us forget the war and dance our victory into the night. We shall visit the shrines of the gods. May Bacchus be the lord of a dance. That will shake the land of Thebes.
Government. And afterwards, when Oedipus ran the city, you were loyal to him. And when he died, your loyalty carried through to his sons. Now that they are dead, I hold all the power since I am their closest relative. You cannot know a man's heart, thought and judgment until you have tested his skill in leadership and learning. Any ruler who does not pursue the policies he judges best but holds his tongue because he's afraid, I think him the lowest of the low. Worse still, a man who sets a friend or relative above his country doesn't deserve the name of citizen. Speaking for myself, I wouldn't keep quiet if I saw the city threatened with destruction, and I wouldn't call an enemy of my land a friend of mine. I know that our salvation is the ship of state, and only those who keep her on the right course can be called our friends and benefactors. I plan to make this city great! Hey! And now, I have an announcement for the people about Oedipus' sons. Eteocles, who died defending the city, a great warrior and patriot, shall be buried in a tomb with all the honours appropriate for the most heroic of our dead. But his brother, Polynices, a fugitive from his native land and his gods and his relatives, who came to burn this city to the ground, drink our blood, and lead us into slavery, I decree that he shall have no funeral and no mourning. His corpse will be left unburied, to be torn apart and eaten by dogs and birds. Such is my decision. Traitors will never be preferred over law-abiding citizens. I will always honour the loyal subject, whether he is alive or dead.
It is your prerogative to punish disloyalty and to reward loyalty. We know only too well the power you hold over us, whether alive or dead.
So, see that what I have decreed is done?
Can't you get someone younger to do it?
I'm not asking you to stand guard over the body. I have men ready to do that.
Then what else do you want from us?
No sympathy for lawbreakers.
No one's going to risk his life defying you.
Right, death is the penalty if they do. But money corrupts.
I don't say I'm exactly out of breath coming here. My feet were a wee bit heavy. I kept thinking and this held me back. I went in circles, determined to go back. My mind just wouldn't stop talking. Oh, you bloody good for nothing. You're going to be punished for what you have to say. So now, you Egypt, you're stopping. If Creon hears about what happened from somebody else, how do you think you're going to get out of the muck then? Turning this over and over, looking at it again and again, I dragged my feet and I made a short road long. Finally, I screwed up my courage and decided to come. And here I am. Even if what I say amounts to nothing, I'll still tell you the whole story. I keep saying to myself I'll only suffer what is bound to happen anyway.
What are you going on about now?
I want to tell you first, I didn't do it, and I didn't see who did, so you can't blame me.
Get on with it. It's clear you have something serious to tell me.
A weighty matter slows a man down.
For God's sake, out with it. Then you are free to go.
Okay, I'll tell you. Someone has buried Polynices and got away with it. Whoever it was scattered earth over the body and performed the burial rites, just like we learned in church.
What? Who would have dared?
There was no sign that a pickaxe was used, and the earth hadn't been turned over by a hoe. The ground was hard and dry, unbroken. No wheel marks either. Whoever did it left no trace. When the guard of the morning watch showed us it, Jesus, we were desperate. We couldn't see the body. It wasn't exactly buried, but there was a thin blanket of earth over it, just enough to satisfy the gods. There was no sign of bites from wild animals or dogs. Well, we bad-mouthed each other, one guard blaming the other, and we might have cracked a couple of skulls because there was nobody there to stop us. Any one of us could have done it, but you couldn't point the finger at a soul because nobody had seen anything. We were ready to go through fire, fog and muck and swear by our mothers' lives we didn't do it, or we didn't know who planned or done it. To cut a long story short, when our search got us nowhere, somebody said something which made all our knees knock with fear and we couldn't see any way out of this hellhole. He said we had to tell you we're not hiding a single thing. So that's what happened, and I was the poor bastard who got the short straw. I won the privilege of bringing you the good news. So here I am, unwilling and unwanted. Don't think I don't know. Nobody loves the messenger who brings bad news.
Could the gods be behind this?
That's ridiculous. Now you're making me angry. It's blasphemy to suggest that the gods have any interest in this corpse. Do they want him buried so they could load him with honours as a benefactor? He came to burn and loot their sacred temples and treasures and destroy their land and its laws. Do you see the gods honouring traitors? Possible. For a long time now, people in the city who find me difficult have been muttering privately against me. reluctant to keep their necks under the yoke, as they should, if they felt any loyalty to me. I see what's happened. They've bribed someone to do this. There's nothing worse than greed. It destroys cities, drives men out of their homes, perverts honourable minds and leads to crime.
I mean, sure as God, I want the person who did it found. But whether he will be or not, who the fuck knows? One thing's for sure, you will never see me here again. No, thanks be to Jesus, I'm let off. Who would have thought it possible?
There are many wonders in the world, but nothing more amazing than man. He crosses the white-capped seas in winter storms, cuts through the surge as it booms about him. He harasses the almighty, immortal, unwearying earth, turning his plough back and forth year after year, turning up the soil with the help of mules. Skillful man of clever thought, traps in the woven coils of his nets the birds with thoughts as light as wings, and tribes of wild animals, and sea creatures of the deep. With his devices, he overpowers the wild beast that roams the mountain. He tames the rough maned and the untiring mountain bull, hurling a yoke over their necks. He has mastered speech and thought, as swift as the wind, and the ways of government. All resourceful man knows how to flee the airborne arrows of ice and rain. He is ready for all that comes as he goes out to meet the future. He can cure terrible diseases. Only death he cannot escape. His contrivance is skillful beyond hope. He moves sometimes towards good, sometimes towards evil. When he follows the laws of the land and swears to keep the justice of the gods, he is lofty in the city. But exiled and homeless is the man who consorts with evil for the sake of greed and ambition. He has my curse upon him. He'll never be welcome in my house, nor a companion for my thoughts. Imagining this? Can I believe my eyes? Surely this is the young Antigone, unhappy daughter of an unhappy father. Has she been caught disobeying the ruler's decree?
Where's Creon? Creon?
Here he comes.
What is it? You? But she did it. Oh, we caught her burying the body. So you can't count on anything. Second thoughts turned the first into a lie. I swore I'd never come here again because your threat scared the hell out of me. But the joy a person prays for and never thought he'd get is by far the best. So here I am, though I never fancied I would be. I caught this wee girl burying the body. We didn't draw straws this time. The lucky mission was mine. Now, sir, take her, judge her, convict her. But I'm free and it's my right to be out of this mess.
How did you catch her?
She was burying the body with her own hands. That's the whole of it.
Do you realise what you're saying? Are you sure you've got it right?
I saw her burying the body that you said should be left unburied. Is that not clear enough for you?
Yes. How did you come to see and catch her in the act?
Oh, well, this is how it was. When we got back after you threatened our lives, we swept off all the earth that covered the body and made sure the decaying corpse was naked. Then we put the hill between us and the stink of the corpse and we sat down. We kept each other awake with threats. If we thought anybody was slacking off and not doing what he was supposed to do, keep watch, that is. We kept this up until the roasting sun was directly above us and the heat was like an oven, the hour of the devils. Then, suddenly, a swirling wind raised a dust storm which filled the sky and covered the plain and whipped the leaves of the trees. The dust was everywhere. So, we shut our eyes to protect ourselves from this God-sent plague. And then, when it finally let up, this wee girl comes into view. She screams, a bitter, heart-piercing cry, like a mother bird who finds her nest empty and her newborn young nowhere to be found. Ah! Just like that, when she sees the naked corpse, she screams, weeps, groans, and calls down bitter curses, and then that done it, quickly she scatters off over the corpse. Then she lifts up a bronze jug and pours the sacred offering of milk, honey, and water all over him. Well, as soon as we saw this, we ran and we hunted her down. And when we charged her with this crime, and the one before, she wasn't afraid. She didn't deny a thing. I was all mixed up. I was pleased and sad at the same time. I mean, it's a pleasure to get out of trouble, but it is a pity to make a wee girl suffer. But you know what they say. Charity begins at home, and I'm let off.
You there, with your eyes on the ground. Do you admit or deny this?
I admit it. I deny nothing.
You can be off. Over you, please. You have escaped a heavy penalty. Now then, Antigone, tell me, didn't you know that I had issued a decree forbidding this?
I knew. How could I not know? Everyone knew.
And yet you dared to break the law.
Yes. Because this order did not come from the gods above, nor those below. And I didn't think that any edict issued by you had the power to override the unwritten and unfailing law of the gods. That law lives not only for today or yesterday, but forever. I did not fear the judgment of a mere man so much as that of the immortal gods. I knew I would die someday. Of course I knew, even if you hadn't made your proclamation. And if I must die before I have the chance to live, well then, so be it. Anyone who's been living as I have, buried alive in sorrow, thinks death a blessing. For me, death holds no pain. But if I had left my brother unburied, for that I would have suffered. It is a fool who calls what I have done foolish.
Savage child of a savage father. Suffering has taught her nothing.
It's the stubborn spirit that's more prone to fall than others. It's the toughest iron that snaps and shatters. I have seen wild horses tamed by a small bridle. Arrogance does not suit a young girl. She showed her insolence when she broke the law. And that's not all. It was one crime to do it, but to boast about it afterwards. If she gets away with this, she is the man, not I. Even if she is my sister's child, and closer in blood than any other member of our house, she and her sister will not escape punishment. Oh yes, the other is equally guilty. Father! A moment ago I saw her inside, ranting and out of her wits. Mind often betrays the criminal, even when he plots his evil in the dark. What I hate most is someone who is caught putting a good face on the crime.
Will my death satisfy you?
That's all I want.
So why postpone it? There's nothing you can say that can change the way I feel. Nor is there anything I can say that can change your feelings about me. he? He can do and say what he likes with impunity.
You are the only one who thinks so, Antigone.
Oh, no. They agree with me, Creon. They have to be careful what they say to you.
Have you no shame?
There is no shame in what I've done for my brother.
Wasn't the one who died defending his country a brother too?
Yes, Eteocles was also my brother, by the same mother and the same father.
Then why do you dishonor one by giving honor to the other?
My dead brothers do not look at it that way.
Oh yes, Eteocles would if he got no more honor than a traitor.
Polynices was not simply a traitor. He was Eteocles' brother.
One brother attacked his country! The other defended it!
The gods require that the same laws of burial be observed for both.
Traitors and heroes do not have the same rights.
Who knows who is traitor or hero in the land of the dead?
An enemy will never be one of us, even if he is dead.
I was born to love, not to hate.
Then go love in hell! As long as I'm alive, no woman will tell me what to do!
Look, Ismene is coming through the gates, weeping for her sister and dead brothers. Her face is flushed and tears are pouring down her cheeks.
I didn't realize that you were a snake, lurking in my house ready to poison me, and that I was raising two traitors. So, tell me, did you or did you not share in this burial?
Yes, I did. If she says so, then I share the blame.
Justice won't let me.
You can't, when you chose to side with a criminal.
I can't live without my sister.
Don't speak of her, she is as good as gone.
You kill your son's future bride.
There are